As you know, we've been lucky so far this winter, but odds are the weather will change and things will get back to more normal weather patterns. And whether it stays mild or if it turns colder, there are some things that you should have on hand around the house to keep you safe and also save you some money. Jeff Hintz is joining me from Kirkwood Ace Hardware with suggestions on things that we should have handy for us when that time comes. Good morning. Thanks for being here.
Good morning, Wayne. The hot topic is sidewalk salt. Oh.
You know, it was last week, all of that, the freezing rain came, and you said for an hour or so you were out of salt, but you guys were able to get some.
We refilled quickly. I told you this story briefly. We doubled our order at the last buying show.
Wow.
I get lucky. Do you want to be smart or lucky in business? I'll take lucky every time. But we did well. We ran out just briefly, and Ace got us a truck very quickly, and we refilled. That's the beauty of a little store. We can move fast. We can buy quickly, and Ace is a wonderful organization, and they filled us quickly. We have another semi coming tomorrow morning, so we're in good shape. We've got salt. It's on hand. It's all there, folks. The PetSafe one I'm out of today, but we'll explain the PetSafe too as we go through.
So my first question to you is, you had trucks coming in, but the weather wasn't conducive to travel. I know there was no travel, but these guys were able to get through.
They got through, and
wow.
Ace kind of shuts down for that holiday, the New Year's holiday. We had no trucks scheduled, but they went above and beyond and got us a full truck and shipped it in and took care of us. Again, great thanks to them, and they're a wonderful company. Ace is a retailer-owned cooperative. We own the company.
Right.
It's ours, so they respond to us very quickly. It was just fantastic.
Okay, so when you have to place orders like that, and like you say, you got lucky because you ordered more than
normal.
Probably would normally need.
Right.
That goes from lawnmowers to snow blowers to everything else. You guys are playing a guessing game all the time.
The seasonality of our business is very similar to farming. I have good friends that are farmers, and that's what we all deal with. Is it will rain, not rain? Will it snow, not snow? I mean, last year was remarkable for snow blowers. This year, not so good. One little blast, but you buy. Guessing, a farmer buys fertilizer and seed and puts it in the ground and hopes for the right weather. We are much the same way. The difference is we can change in season. We can buy more stuff. So that makes it. And if it doesn't snow, I still have the snow blowers for next year. A farmer loses that year.
Right.
So
you carry them over from year to year.
You have to.
Yeah.
Nobody's taking them back. They're ours.
There you
go. Or 2 semi-loads of salt is mine.
All right, let's start on your side of the table.
Salt. There's so many salts out there. There's sodium chloride, magnesium chloride, calcium chloride, and I can tell when we get the phone calls, oh, you've been on the internet and you're researching that, and the key word is not the sodium, magnesium, it's chloride. It's the second half. It's all type of salt. Okay. It is, and they work differently. The sodium chloride, rock salt, is the cheapest type. Magnesium a little bit better. Calcium chloride the best, but they can also do some type of damage. Magnesium chloride is our Ace brand. The bulk of what we sell is our Ace brand product, magnesium chloride, and what will happen is everybody's worried about fear of damaging their concrete.
Exactly.
It's not the salt that damages the concrete. It's the effects of the salt that damage the concrete. Concrete is porous. There's little tiny pores in the top of concrete. You melt the salt, the ice, and what the salt does, it chemically changes the freeze point of the water. It drops it to 5 degrees or 10 below where it actually freezes. So that water becomes liquid, soaks into the pores of the concrete, then it refreezes.
I see.
And that's what breaks up the concrete.
So it's the result of what the salt does.
It's the result of the salt.
That's
it's not the salt. Now, cheap salts can harm, yes. In particular, the very first year you have concrete, it's very bad. Salt. And I always wondered if it's some chemical. No, it's because the concrete's still full of water.
Right.
It takes about a year for concrete to cure out, to dry out. And so in that first year, it's very critical not to put salt on and cause this thawing process. Now, a couple things you can do. You can, first of all, remove as much ice and snow as you can right up front so that you don't have to use as much salt. Number 2, use the salt sparingly. Don't just lay it out. Put on what you have to. And the last thing, of course, is to sweep up any excess. And when you sweep that up, you can actually use it again in future.
Okay,
Next you save it. So because what everybody's going to do is shovel it off into the yard. And will it hurt my grass? Well, sure. It would. I have to ask people, if you lived on the ocean, would you pump seawater to water your lawn?
That's a great
No,
point.
that would kill the lawn, right? So we don't want salt water on the lawn either.
And the other question I'm sure you get asked a lot, well, what about my pet?
Here we go. And I'm out of these. They'll be back in tomorrow. There's the bag, folks, with the little dog on the label.
Okay, hang it there. They're going to get a shot of that.
So, and this is the interesting thing, because this one also says safe for pets right on the label.
Okay.
Okay, but they want to see this dog, and they will pay more to see that dog, and that's okay. So,
Public wants to see that.
yeah, to get ready, I looked up the MSDS, the safety data sheets for both these products. Exactly the same for this product and this product. Exactly the same.
Exactly the same ingredients, exactly the same functions.
So safe for pets. And you know what? This is my observation, Wayne. Everybody wants to know about the pets. Is this safe for my dog? Is it? You know what? Nobody ever asked me.
Is it safe for humans?
Is it safe for my kids? Yeah. No.
Okay, my kids go play in a snowbank that's covered with. No, but your dog can't because it's safe.
So sporadic contact is, even if it doesn't say pet safe, sporadic contact is no issue. Same with fertilizer.
Okay.
Sporadic contact. If you put a bowl of it there and he ingested it, he would maybe
Exactly.
get sick.
Yeah.
But no, it's not dangerous. It's not going to be an issue if he licks his paws. We're okay. All right.
One other question I have for you: temperature. Does this work at all temperatures, or do you know? Because I remember reading one time that if it gets to a certain coldness, the salt won't be able to.
Yeah. So the basic sodium chloride will work down to about 10 degrees.
Okay.
Magnesium 0 to 10 below, calcium chloride down to 25 below.
Wow.
The mix in this bag is, they label it for 10. The mix is actually good for 20 below. Like you said, we're changing the freeze point of the water. But just from a social thing, an environmental thing, 40% of the salt manufactured in this country goes on our roads and our sidewalks. 40%. It's extremely damaging to concrete, extremely damaging to cars,
Yes.
extremely damaging to bridges. It attacks the iron and the rebar on the bridge and the metal in the bridges. So always use salt sparingly and stretch it out. There's this little thing too. I'll show this real quick. Roof edges, ice dams build up on roof edges. This is roof melt. This is actually calcium chloride. And regular salt would roll off your roof. This will go up, sit on the roof, and melt those.
You just lay it on top of the shingles.
Well, probably throw it up there.
Right.
If you can get up there on a ladder, great. Put it up on the edge, and
Right on top of the snow or whatever.
Yep, and it's the type of thing that it won't roll off the roof then. And they call them pucks. There's a big bucket of like 100 of them, I think. I
Okay.
don't remember what's in there. But roof melt, and that'll keep your edges of your roof.
I have never seen this used before. Quickly, we got 30 seconds. What do we-
Same thing with this. That's a pipe heating cable that's made to go on the edge of roofs. So you can run a cable on the edge. Ice dams on the edge of a roof are extremely damaging. The water melts, gets up underneath your shingles,
Yes.
destroys your sheetrock. It can damage, the weight on an eave can damage an eave. So taking care of those ice dams on the edge of the roof, it's not a safety concern like walking in your driveway, but it's a big issue for your home. And
Yep.
look at those ice dams on the edge of the roof also, folks.
Sounds great. You've got two locations. Where do we find Kirk?
North and south, 43rd Avenue North, 805 South 7th Street down south, the classic hardware store. And we still call it the new one up north on Ottawa Street, which is actually on 43rd. Both stores open, both stores ready to help you. We'd love to have your business.
Jeff, thank you so much for coming in. Valuable information here. We appreciate it. And not for many days we can say this, but Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, sir.
All
Thank
right.
you.
We're taking a break. We'll be right back. We've got more to come on North Dakota Today.